Do y'all remember the story that came out a few weeks ago where it was revealed that the Clips essentially bought their way off of Def Jam, whose parent company is UMG, due to their upcoming album having a feature from Kendrick Lamar on the song Changing Whips, which recently leaked, because it had a controversial verse on it, which people were suspecting it to be a further diss by Drake? Well, in his recent interview with the New York Post, Pusha T went on to further elaborate on what that timeline looked like and what that process looked like for them to essentially buy their ways out of Def Jam, again, whose parent company is UMG. It started in 2018 with, prior to the release of the story Adidon, there was a lyric committee formed at the label that usually checked for copyright claims to ensure that they were clear of anything that could be copywritten. And then after the release of Story Adidon, they started to listen to his music and to specifically check on his lyrics to ensure that he was not dissing a specific person at that label. And so it became a censorship. He goes on to further explain just what that looked like in this video.
This is how I understood it initially. The lyrics committee, from what I understand, was supposed to, take your music, make sure there aren't any interpolations,
secret samples.
It's
a copyright check.
Basically, that's what it's supposed to be. Since 2018, it was for me, at Def Jam, a way to censor my music or a way to make sure I wasn't having any subliminal disses or anything.
How did that conversation go, and then how does that lead into what happened with Chains and Whips?
After Adidon or whatever, there were quite a few records that were stopped, like, yo, we're not doing this, or was, just basically shelved. And it
Your
was
verses,
yeah,
for
my
instance, on the
verses.
Pop Smoke album.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. But the telling part was when they would get the lyrics wrong.
Oh, sure.
So it one day I forget what song this was, but there was a Pop Smoke song that definitely was that had bars in it.
Mm-hmm.
By you.
Yes, but then there was another that didn't, and they thought it did. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're interpreting something totally wrong. This is something this is a thing.
Yeah.
At
So
this point,
in your mind, they were being overly sensitive about you rapping about another artist signed to that label. Drake, a huge artist under the Universal banner, and they were sort of playing referee. He was getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander calls, is what you're saying.
For sure.
He then goes on to further describe just what the environment was at the label prior to UMG getting sued by Drake. He explains that, the entire label was excited because there was a